This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Hi, good morning all. So let's get started now. So put it in, design or implement the dynamic cascading functionality. Okay. So as part of this scenario, so we are going to create three different data classes. So one is country, state, and another is city. Okay. And so we enter the data into those data classes, and so those data classes will have dedicated table created. Okay, so it will be like this. So we are going to create the country details data class with the properties country code, country name, and we enter the date. Okay, now similarly state details and the corresponding properties and the records. Okay, so now so we'll have the data available in the database, and now we need to display this data in the drop down properties of UI. So we have a country, state, city drop down properties, and here how many records we have? 2 records, right? And so we need to display the country name in the drop down. Okay, so India and United States. So if you have 10 countries, you need to display all those 10 countries in the drop down. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so we have the data in the database, and if we want to display this data in the UI, so first what we need to do, so we need to bring it to the clipboard. Okay, and so we need to map it to the corresponding property. So we need to map country details to country property, and similarly state to state and city to city. Okay, so now here in the clipboard, so it's a collection of pages, right? So we need to put this data on some page. Okay, so now how many records we have here? 2 records, right? So how many pages required? 2 pages. So one page is equivalent to 1 record. So here we have a property type called page list, which can hold multiple pages. Okay, so in order to hold more than one page, so we must need a page list property. Okay, so here in this case, this will be handled by PRPC automatically. So now, so in order to fetch multiple records, means like more than one record from the database to clipboard, so we have a activity method called obj browse. Okay, so write down activity method. Okay, so you'll be writing some other activity method. So put obj open, obj open. So use it to fetch a single record. from the database to clipboard based on primary key. So whatever the primary key we specified for the class, so we need to pass that primary key so that you will get that corresponding record. Okay. Now obj browse. Okay. So use it to fetch multiple records from the database to clipboard. Okay. So now in this case, so which method we need to choose? OBJ browse, right? Because so we'll have more than a record. Okay. Now first what we do is, so first we need to create these data classes and we'll fetch the data to the clipboard and we will map it to. Okay. So now note down step by step. The first step is, so this is clear, right? So I'm removing this. So create a country details data class. And enter the data or insert the data. How do we create a data class? So when I say data type or class, both are same. Okay. So go to the data type. Add data type. The navigation will be the same. Country details and click on submit. Here we are going to create two properties in this class. One is country code and another is country name. So this is a country data class, right? So we don't put state related information. Okay. So add field, country code, and country name. So why we are creating two properties is, so we use the country code to store in the backend and we use the country name to display to the user. Okay. So now go to the sources.
Satya, can you please repeat that point one more time?
No, so we created two properties, right? Country code and country name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So code will be like, IN, and the name will be India, INDIA, like that. Okay. So we don't need to store the complete name in the backend for developer purpose, right? So we can just store the codes, but so we cannot show the codes to the user, end user. They cannot understand by looking at code sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So we show the complete name for them. Okay. So what will be the primary key here? Yeah. So select the code as a primary key. So put on mute, please. So value for first record. So while selecting the key itself, so you can put first record details here. Okay, or else you can put later also under the records tab. So close it. So country code IN and country name India. Okay, next US United States. So we entered 2 records. So now what will happen internally? So this data will be stored in the dedicated table of this data class. So now if you take the table of this class, by using the test connection and query in the database, you will find these 2 records. So whenever you enter a new record, that will be stored in the corresponding table in the database. Okay. So now, so we have 2 records. So like this in the database, and we need to display, in the drop down of country. So for that, so we are going to use the activity, okay, with the obj browse, and we do that. Okay, so we do that by using obj browse. The next step, so create an activity called fetch country details. The second step. Okay, so create an activity fetch country details in the work class. So mostly, everything we create under work class only, but sometimes we create the things in the different classes, so better to write, the classes also, so that you will not get any confusion, right? So go to the
Can we create
class.
Can we create
Sorry?
an activity in data class?
No, in this we can create, but in this case we don't. Okay. So generally we can create it. So we'll create, few rules, activities under those classes later scenarios. So go to the technical activity. Fetch country details. See here, so this is the label and this is the ID. Okay, so ID can be different from label also. So when you put, spaces or, if you put the spaces, it will be removed automatically and special characters will not accept. Okay, so create it. So activity is simply collection of methods. So it will execute step by step. Okay, so now in the yesterday scenario, so we created the activity with 3 different steps, right? So we created a page on the clipboard and we assigned some data and we saved it. Okay, and that we seen in the database table also. So here the label is just like, identification of the step. Okay, so this is, let's say, so we have 10 steps, and based on the first step condition, so we need to determine whether we have to directly go to the 10th step or execute step by step, or not only 10th step, any other step directly. Okay, so in that case, like, we need to specify the label in the condition, so that when the condition is satisfied, so directly it will go to the step where is specified the label. Okay, so let's say in the first step condition I specified the label called ERR. Okay, it will directly jump to this one. So this is just like, identification of the step, and the loop is like, how exactly looping works in programming languages. And so the when is like, if condition, so we can put before executing the method. It's like a precondition of the method, and so this is the post condition of the method. Okay, so before executing the method, this rule will be executed. After executing the method, this rule will be executed. Okay, if we put, and the step is, it is referenced to the clipboard. Okay, and description, it is an optional field, and you can put, some description about that method, so why you are using it. Clear? So now here, so which method we are going to use? So always you need to remember the scenario. So yeah, we are going to fetch
OBJ browse.
multiple records. Yes, OBJ browse. Just don't write it. Just you observe here.
But you told to fetch the data from the data choose OBJ browse, right?
Yes, that's what.
But here
So
we are connecting clipboard to user interface.
Sorry.
But here we are connecting clipboard data to user interface, right?
No. So that's what, like, listen first, so you will understand. Okay. So we have the data in the database. So our requirement is we need to fetch the data and display in the country tab. Okay. So we are doing in process of that, right? So use OBJ browse. So if you expand it, so you will have to pass the required parameters. Okay. What is happening? Just give me a second. Let's create again. Yeah, that's what we'll tell. Yeah. So use OBJ browse. Don't write it. So you will, you can write data. So if we expand the OBJ browse, so what are the mandatory parameters it is asking? Page name and class. So class is, so from where you are fetching the instances. Instances means the records, the data. Okay. So which class? Yes. So the data class which we created, that is country details. So PNC hyphen
Customer country.
country. Okay. From which class we are fetching the instances. And after fetching the instances, on which page we need to put on the clipboard, that is determined by this field. Okay. So let's put country details. So page name should not contain the spaces. Okay. So after fetching the records from the database, it will put on this page on the clipboard. Okay. So now, so we need to remove this get row key, because this is an external class where you will not find the PGDNS key. Okay. So you need to remove this row key. So if it is the work class, you will see the PGDNS key, but it is external class. Okay. And how many properties we need to fetch? Let's say in the table, so we have 10 columns, but you don't need all columns to be fetched, so you can choose the particular columns. Okay. So here we are going to choose both country code and country name. Just you put the space and click on down arrow, so you will see all the properties in this class only. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, Satya, you're not selected that selected field.
Yeah. So we'll discuss about every point here. Okay. So now let's execute this. Okay. And run it. So we are executing this alone. Okay. So later, we are going to invoke in the flow somewhere in the section, right? So now go to the clipboard. So what is the page we specified in the country OBJ browse parameters?
Country details.
Country details, right? So now you see the country details. Under country details, you see the, PX results. Under PX results, you see PX results of 1, which contains the first record, which contains the second record. So now important thing is, so if you look at this page, country details, this page is created by referring to the code pegalist internal class. Okay. So why it is created by referring to that class is, so we use the OBJ browse to fetch the multiple records. In order to hold the multiple records, we must need a property type called page list. Okay, so here country details is a page. So page cannot hold multiple records, but inside the page you can have the page list. Again, inside the page list you can have another page list like that. Okay, so page is a collection of properties, page list is collection of pages. So here we have a page list property called px results. Okay, this page list can hold multiple pages. So px results of 1 is one page, and px results of 2 is another page like that. So since we have the two records in the database, it has created two pages. And so these results will be created by referring to the data class.
Satya, it's a Pega. It's automatically created PRPC. It's automatically created PX results, right? Means like, and moreover, we can't do the modification in this page.
Exactly. So this is, you must need to remember. So whenever we use the OBJ browse, so this structure will be created automatically. So country details, whatever the page you specify in the browse, that page always will be created by referring to code Pega list.
Only for the
Okay.
browse method.
Whatever the class you specify as a OBJ class, so PX results will be created by referring to this class. This is very important, you need to understand. Okay, so now let's assume that, so we have 10 records in the country details, so it will create 10 different pages like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on 10. Okay, so if we have n number of records in your database table, so it will create n number of instances. Okay,
And
so you
Satya,
note down this structure.
Satya,
Yeah.
what is this code Pega list?
Yeah, so that is the internal class. In that class, we have a property called px results, which is a page list property. So that is the reason it is handled by PRPs.
Satya, I have one question. It's like the country name. It's going to be saved in the database. Okay. So what about this? You said like as an n number of records. It's going to be n number of pages. So these records are going to
Let's
be in the database in the
oh,
n number of comes under country code.
so
Hello.
let's complete the scenario first. Okay, so then we will discuss each point.
Okay.
Okay, so here it will display all the records, but we map the country name under the country drop down, and that that country will be stored into the database. It will not store all these pages. It's not required, right?
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted.
So here the country details is also a page. So you note down this structure, clipboard structure. So here country details is a page. So code Pega list is a class. PX results is a page list. So page list is nothing but list of pages. Okay. And the pixels of 1 is a one page, pixels of 2 is another page like that. So on each page again you have multiple properties. Okay. So now let's go to the clipboard. See, so country details, code Pega list. Under the country details, we have a PX results, and you see the PXs of 1, which is the first page, and on this page you see the two, all these properties. Clear? So now the same clipboard structure. So we need to define in the pages and classes of the section. Okay, that is the third step. Define clipboard structure of this thing, right? So define clipboard structure of country details. the pages and classes of the section. Okay, so now go to the section. So where we have the country property.
User interface.
Yeah, so go to the customer details, and so we can reference the data, through pages and classes. So here we need to define the same clipboard structure. Okay, so country details. So it is a top level page, right? So if you expand the user pages and if you see, so whatever the pages you are seeing, right? So these are top level pages, and under country details we have page. It is a it is not a top level page. Okay, and so these page list pages are called embedded pages. Okay, embedded pages we call it. So now the same structure we need to define here. So country details. What is the class? Code tag list. Okay. So where we have the data in the PX results, right? So country details dot PX results is referring to which class? Data class. So all the PX results are part of data class. Okay. So here we cannot put pixels of 1 or pixels of 2 like that. So if you put pixels of 1, always it will take the first page data. Okay. So now, so we can map all the data of all the pages data. Clear? So now go to
Satya,
the
why are we not referring directly to the data page? Like, why are we not making a reference of customer details page to the data class? Why are we
custom.
using code pega list first?
Where? You mean like directly in the property?
No, in the pages and classes tab.
Yeah, so
We
you can
given
directly
two
put
pages.
one country details dot pixels. You can put this one, this line one. It will also work. Okay.
Okay.
Just to
Okay.
understand, like this is the parent, right? So we have the data inside, and we cannot directly reference PX results. So it's like so let's say it is a main door and it is a sub door. So first you need to open this, then this one, right? So directly we cannot put PXLs because that PXLs can be available under different pages also. Okay, so
Okay.
let's say under PXLs, if you have another page list or another page, you need to put country details dot PXLs dot that page again. Okay, so we specify this with the from top level page to lower level pages from where you are using the data. Okay,
Okay.
so country
Yeah.
details is referring to code pega list, country details dot pxls. Okay, so if you want, you can directly put like country details dot pxls. So without this step also it will go. Okay, clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so country. So now go to the country drop down. So here for the drop downs, drop down can have the multiple sources. So one source is as defined on property. So what does mean? So that means the values defined in local list. Okay. So now we are going to remove that. So we have seen that, right? So whatever values we specify, those will be displayed in the drop down. So that So now we are not using the source as a local list. Okay. So now what are the different sources we have here? Data page, the clipboard page, report definition. So we don't know about data page, we don't know about report definition, we know about only clipboard. Okay, so that's what we are doing for now. So select the clipboard page. So is it clear? So go to the country cell properties. Okay. And so go to the list source, select the clipboard page, and now select the clipboard page from the page and classes. So if you specify in the page and classes, then only you will be able to select. Otherwise, it will throw an error. So you must need to specify in the pages and classes of the section. So now how this structure is getting created? Through which rule? How the clipboard format is clipboard structure is getting created? Through activity rule, right?
Activity.
Yeah. So we need to select activity and call that. Clear, Vinay? Okay. So select. So whatever the activities we have, so those will be displayed. Yeah. So select fetch country details. Okay. So now, so property for value. So which property you use to store on the clipboard, mean in the database, means like, same clipboard data only going to be stored in the database, right? And property for display text. Okay, which property you use to display in the drop down. So that is country name.
Name.
Yeah. So use the country code. And property for display text is country. Clear? And now you can put some placeholder here. So by default, it should not be defaulted to some value. So you need to allow user to select from the drop down. So this is not a value, this is placeholder. Okay, clear? So now submit it. So you need to check out before that. So you can do the changes and you can also check out, but sometimes if it is refreshed, then your changes will be lost. Okay, so before modifying, check out it and do the changes, and you can test. So before checking back or discard it, you can check the latest changes, and if you want those changes, you can check in back. Okay, so now go to actions and you can see the preview. Right, so list of countries are getting displayed. Any questions so far? So similarly, we are going to create state and city classes and the activities, and so we do the dynamic cascading by using the parameters. Okay. Now let's come back to the activity. So you asked about this checkbox, right? So if you select the checkbox or not, in this case, it will be displayed. Let's say I want to put the where condition, like, so I want, let's say, so we have, so here we'll have unique country only. But let's say we have a customer details and I want all the customers where last name is equivalent to something like that. Okay. So if you want to put the condition as well as if you want to display that property on the clipboard, you must need to select the checkbox. Okay. So now let's execute it. So now both will be displayed on the clipboard page, right? Country code, country name. So now I'm deselecting these checkboxes and let's see what will happen. So in this case also it will be, you will not see any difference in this case. Right? Do you see any difference? No. Now is equivalent to, so I want only IN record. Just we are testing it. So by hard coding the value. Okay. So now run it, go to the clipboard. So now you tell me, so do you see any difference? You don't find the country code, right? Why? So we specified the condition, but we haven't selected the checkbox. Okay, now okay, so if you don't put the condition, whether you select the checkbox or not, nothing will happen. And if you put the condition, and if you want that property to be displayed on the clipboard page, you must need to select the checkbox. Clear? So, and here you see logic, right? So this is for performance related things. So always we need to select use lightweight list since it is embedded pages, and logic. So let's say you can put multiple conditions, and let's say A and B. So both, if A and B satisfies, then only it will fetch the data. And A or B, either A or B satisfies, it will fetch the corresponding data like. Okay. This is so you know about these logical operators, right? Similarly, it will work here also. Any questions?
Satisfies means the condition that we mentioned.
It will fetch those corresponding, let's say, A and B, right? Let's say, I will put country code equivalent to IN and country name equivalent to, let's say, India. So in order to fetch the data, both the conditions should be satisfied. So A or B, let's say, either country code is IN or country name is India, it will fetch the data. So like that. So if you are not putting
Satya?
any law, so it will fetch all. Yes.
Satya, suppose we want to add another record. We add directly in DB. Then we're
Exactly.
getting that value in that list.
Exactly, that's a good question. So now, so later, like let's say, your application is currently running in 2 different countries. Later, like, so if you want to add one more country, again, you don't, so you don't need to change the code, right? So you should not be able to, so you should not change the code. Okay. So whenever you add a record, so that has to be displayed in the drop down automatically. Okay. So what we do is, so these kind of classes, we delegate it to the business users in the production environment, and they can add it simply. So if they add a record, that will be displayed in the drop down. Okay, because we are handling that code. So nowhere we have hard coded it, right? So here, so we displayed the structure, and so if we have 10 pages, 10 records will be displayed. So we are not hard coding, or we are not, displaying based on the condition. Clear? So now in the similar way, we need to display states and city details also. Okay, so go to the data type. The next step is, okay, after this, go to the cell properties of country property and call the activity. Means like, by selecting the pages, we'll be calling the activity. Okay, you need to remember these 4 steps. So let's say if you have already data available, then you can use, you can start from second step. Since we are building it from scratch, so we need to enter the data, and we need to create activity, and everything we need to handle, right? So now similar way, create a state details, the same navigations. So if you are able to understand one, let's say regarding the country, so it will be the same as country one. Okay. So here we need, tell me what are the properties we need? We need state code, we need a state name, and also
Country code.
we need a country code, because for the reference later. So later, like, so whatever the country we select, it has to display only that country related states, right? So you need to this will be like, foreign. So, and what is the primary key here? State code will be the primary. And so whatever the country code enters here, that should match with the country details. Let's say there we have IN. If you put just like, if you put here IND, it will not work. Okay, you have to make sure that. Okay, state code. So let's say, the order, right? State code, then country code, then state name. So now I want state code, then state name, like that. So if you want to alter the properties,
Go to action.
you go to the actions, edit columns. So you can drag it like this. Just to, change the order of the properties. Okay. So state code. Let's say I'm putting TZ. Okay. Telangana. And belongs to which country? IN. So we are using the country code, right? So it should be IN only. Next. Okay. Belongs to the same country. So we have a, I'm putting TX Texas belongs to US. And we have a state called California. Code is CF. Okay. Clear. So both TX and CF belongs to US. Here TZ and APR belongs to IN. Okay. So now again same. So you can handle in the same activity, but let's create separate activity for this. So, and later you can club it. Okay. So again, go to the technical. State details. Again, say OBJ class. State details, and the class is state details data class. Okay. And if you want the country name, you can use that also. So now if we execute this, how will be the clipboard structure? Let's execute it. So what is the page we specified? State, right? So these will be displayed in the alphabetic order. So go to the S, start with S. So we haven't removed this, right? State details. Again, right? State details created by referring to code pega list. Under code pega list, you see the PX cells. Since we have 4 records, 4 pages have been created automatically. Okay, pixels of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we are displaying all these 4 records in the state dropdown. Clear? So now again, so we need to define the same clipboard structure in the customer details section. Any question? So you need to copy the page name. So it should be same, like if you are putting in the lower case, it will not go.
Satya, customer details or state details? Activity
No, so this is a customer details section, right?
Okay, yeah.
So now state details dot px results, referring to which class? State details. Yeah, state details data class. Now, okay, so state details we haven't created, right? So now go to the state drop down property, put some placeholder and select the source as clipboard page and run the corresponding activity, that is state details, and property for value is state code
State code.
and state name. Okay, and you can remove the local list values. So now you see list of states are displaying. Okay, so list of countries are displaying, list of states are displaying. Similarly, we need to display list of cities. So again, the same process. So create a data class.
Okay, I did a page.
Satya, one question. So if I, hello.
Yeah.
So if I select India or US, it should display only the state of India or US. Is there an option for that?
Yeah, that's what that is not handled, right? That we will handle after this. Okay. So let's display all the cities. Then we go for that. Yeah. So city code, city name, and here we need a state code. And select the key as city code
Very good.
and enter the data. City code, let's say HY. State code belongs to PG and Hyderabad. City code WG Warangal belongs to the same state. Now let's say Vizag VZ AP Tirupati. Clear? So now let's enter the cities for US states. DS belongs to the Texas, Dallas, next Houston belongs to
Texas.
same state, right?
Yeah.
So you can alter the property so that it will be easy to enter the data. Okay. So now I want city code first, then city name. Okay. So now, so SJ San Jose,
I'm from
belongs to California.
Sandia.
Next, let's put so we have
Sandigo.
one, Los Angeles. Yeah, you can put any other.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to put more cities in the same way, you can put, right? So again, let's create a activity called fetch city details. Use the OBJ browse. Now, how many pages will be created through this? 8 pages, right? Pixels of 1, 2, 3, and so on. And OBJ class is city details, and remove this row key, city code, city name, and we need a state code. Okay, so now let's execute it. So you will find the city details and you see 8 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it is the number of pages equivalent to the number of records in your database. So we are not putting any condition, right? So let's say if you put, if you fetch based on the condition, then so we'll get those corresponding. Let's say I want only, India related cities, then you will get 4 on. Okay. So now take this clipboard structure and define in the section. Okay. So this you need to remember. So every time when you use OBJ browse, the structure will be like this only. Okay, whatever the page you specify, that will be created by referring to CodePega list, and whatever the class you specify, the results will be created by referring to that specified class. Okay, so now city details dot px results and specify the city details. Okay, so pages you need to define, but classes, right? So you'll be selecting from the drop downs. Okay, so whatever the page you specify in the browse, you copy that page and you specify, because if you put in the lower case this one, let's say like this, it will not work. You will not get the data. Okay, so we cannot handle that. So we must need to specify same as the clipboard structure. Tell me, what is the clipboard page? City details dot and run the activity. So whenever you select the source as a clipboard page, you must need to pass data transform, which is a separate rule that we'll be working on later. You need to call this or this one. Okay. And what is the property for value? City code. Property for display text is
City name.
Okay, so now go to actions, see the preview. So list of countries, list of states and cities are getting displayed. So not cascading, right? So when I select India, it has to display only Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, not Texas and California. Okay, so now, so in order to work on that, so in order to achieve that, so we need to know about the parameters concept. Okay, so here the moment when we select the country, let's say India, so this country code has to be passed as a parameter, as a value to the state details, and it has to be filtered out. Okay, so you selected India and IN will be passed as a value to the state details and it will be filtered out. So we have 2 states with the country code IN. So if you select United States, this US will be passed to the state details and it will be filtered out accordingly. So again, let's say you selected US, and now in the state, either you can select Texas or California. So if you select California, CF will be passed as a parameter to the city details and it will be filtered out. Okay, so this is how it should happen internally. So for that, so we need to pass the parameters. Okay, clear so far? Putting in parameters. So it's like a, same like a property, but it doesn't contain the value permanently. Parameters are same like properties, but it does not contain the values permanently. Okay, what you have noted down? Same like properties, it doesn't contain the values permanently. Rather, it passes the values from one rule to another rule, or one place to another place, means like within the same rules. Okay, so rather it passes the values from one place to another place. So one place to another place is nothing but, so one rule to another rule, or one step to another step in the activity, like that. Okay, so now, so
Satya,
just listen. Okay, listen first. Yeah, tell me.
could you please show me that screen, the data screen?
Data screen.
No, you'll be writing your definitions, right, in Paint. That
For this, yeah. Okay, let me write down that. Parameters I haven't written down. Let me write down here. So parameters, right? So its parameters are same like properties, but it doesn't store the value permanently. Okay. So rather it passes the values, okay, from one place to another place, or like, you can put from one rule to another rule, or within the same rule also. So that by using the parameters, we can make activities more reusable. Okay, so we can make activities more reusable. So it's same like, how parameters we use in different programming languages. Okay, so here, so we have how many activities for this scenario? 3 activities, right? Country, state, and city. So for countries, we don't need to specify any parameter, because so always we need to display all the countries. Okay, so country is not dependent on any other property. Okay, but state is dependent on country, city is dependent on state, right?
State.
So we need to define the parameters for state and city. Okay, so parameters can be defined. So you can note down this point also here in the definition. So parameters can be defined under parameters tab of the rule. So you will find the parameters tab for almost for most of the rules. Okay. and can be accessed by using the predefined page called param. So param is a page. Okay, and the param page cannot be seen on the clipboard, and we can see on the tracer. You can note down that part.
Satya, can you please repeat that? What is that? It cannot be seen on clipboard.
Generally, we see the page on the clipboard, right? But this
Yes.
param page cannot be seen on the clipboard, and it will be available on tracer. So I will show you that. Okay.
So under which category this page will come? Like whether it's a user page or data
That's
page?
what, right? So it is not available on the clipboard. Then, so how the
Oh,
category?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it will be available on tracer only. Okay. Yeah. So now, so it's fine, right? If I take 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. So now let's go to the state details activity and parameters and define a parameter. Okay, so here we have under the patient classes we define the patient classes, under the parameters tab we define the parameter. Okay, so now let's say parameter name I am specifying let's say country code. So you can put any name, but it should be relevant. Either you can put country code or C code or whatever. Okay, and it is a string only. Now come to the steps. Okay, so here the country code is equivalent to, so that means state, it's like simply select query, select state code, state name from the table where country code is equivalent to the value. So this we need to pass dynamically. Okay, so specify the param. Okay, this will be replaced with the value dynamically. Okay, so either it can be replaced with IN or US in our scenario. Okay, any questions so far? So if we are not selecting the checkbox, then you will get only state code and state name properties on the pages. Okay, but anyway, we are not using country code, either you select or deselect, nothing will happen. Any question here? This, we are passing the value dynamically. So now we defined a parameter for this rule, and wherever you invoke, that time it expect a parameter value. You can note down that point also under the parameters definition. So wherever we reference the parameters activity, so that time we need to pass the values. Sorry. So wherever we reference the parameters activity, so that time it expect the parameter value. Okay, simply, so we define a parameter for the rule, and you can call that rule anywhere, right? And that time, so you need to pass the value. Okay.
Satya,
So now
in this,
where we
if we
invoke this
select,
activity?
sorry to interrupt. If we select only the country code in the state details activity.
Not right, because we are using code and name to display and to store in the backend, right?
Okay.
So we need those. So, but we are not using the country either for storing the value or displaying the name. So you can ignore this checkbox for the country code. Okay, right? So now where we invoke this activity? We
Customer
invoke the
details.
state activity in the state drop-down property. So now see, since we define the parameter, it is expecting the value. So it is optional, like, but so if you want to make it dynamic cascading work, you must need to pass it. And so let's say, so we have a mandatory option. So we can make the parameter mandatory so that we must need to pass it. Okay. So now, let's say you selected the country India. So what will be the backend value?
IN.
IN, right?
IN.
So you put the country. So whatever the country you select, that value will be passed to the state details activity. So parent.c code will be replaced with the value of this property in the runtime. If you select India, I know that parameter will be replaced with IN. If you select United States US, that will be replaced with US. Okay. So you need to put dot country. Any question?
Satya, can you please repeat this point for me?
So now in the state details we define the parameter. So that is the reason you are seeing the parameter, right? So
Yeah.
now we need to pass the value for that parameter. Okay. So we are passing dynamically. So we are putting country. That means whatever the country you select, that code will be passed. Means that value is code only, right? So I selected, let's say, country India. So back in the clipboard value will be IN,
IN.
and that IN will be passed to the state details. And it will fetch the corresponding record where country code equivalent to IN. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you need to put dot country. Now similarly, define the parameter for state details activity. Okay, sorry, city, right? Yeah. Yes, code, or you can put state code or whatever it. Okay. And state code is equivalent to param dot s code. Let me check in back. Define param. So now come back to the customer details where you invoked activity. Now it is showing the parameter, right? So what we need to pass now? Yes, dot state. So whatever the state you selected, that value will be passed to the fetch city details activity, and it will be filtered out. Okay. So that's it. You don't need to do anything. See, I'm going to select IN for India. Okay, we are getting only corresponding states. So if I select Telangana, what is the expected outcome?
Varangal
Okay.
and what? United. Yeah.
Now I'm going to select the United States. So this is because of local list values. We can remove that. Okay. So I'm selecting Texas and getting corresponding values. Okay. So when you define the source, either clipboard or report definition or data page, so we don't need to put in the local list, right? Any questions? So this is how. So this concept is called dynamic cascading. So one property value, is depend on another property value, right? So you will see a lot of scenarios like this. So either like by selecting the product and displaying the sub-product details, or categories, subcategory, like that. Okay, but approach is same. So instead of the properties will be changed, remaining way of passing the parameter and mapping the properties, everything will be same. Okay, So now once you're done with this scenario, you incorporate, so you can make, all these activities as a single activity. So you don't need to write, three different activities for this scenario. So you create only one generic activity, okay, and put three obj methods. And parameters also will be defining, so both the parameters you will define in the same activity and you will pass accordingly. So, but while invoking an activity, you will be invoking same activity for all, right? Country, state, city. But in the state, so when you invoke, it will display all the list of parameters, but you will be passing the required parameter only. So in the state drop down, you will pass only country. In the city, you will pass state. Okay. So you can try that. So you first you do by using three different activities. If it then so try to do by using a single act. Okay. So tomorrow we
Okay.
will see the parameters through tracer and the pairs and classes of the activity in the next class. And
Satya.
after this, we'll do the dynamic cascading by using the report definition and data pages. Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
Satya.
Yes.
Up to now, we created three data classes and three activities. That three data classes we mapped to that activities, and that activities maps to that your other UI, right?
Exactly.
Okay. After that, we created only one activity, and that activity maps to that UI, right? Based on OBJ
Yes.
objects.
Yes. So now let's execute. This is design time, right? So now I'm going to execute.
Oh.
Yeah, just 2 minutes. We'll close. Go to the process flow. Okay, so I'm selecting India. So now if you submit it and look at clipboard values, okay, this is because of, okay, let me remove the local list values. Just give me a second. So India, the corresponding states and corresponding cities. Okay, so now if you look at the clipboard, you see the codes only, right? Because we map a code. So if you map the name for property for value, then you will see the name. Okay, so now see country, we selected India, but backend value is IN. City HY. Similarly, you will see the state. Okay, so this will be the runtime. And next we are going to do the dynamic cascading by using other rules. And so after that, like we will conclude, like so which is the best best approach to do this. Okay, so generally for this kind of scenarios, we never go for activities because we have other rules. By using those, we can easily do this scenario. But you need to know all the ways. Okay, so if you want to do more processing, like by putting the loops and all, so we need to choose the activity. But this is straightforward, right? So you are fetching the data and displaying it. Okay. Yeah. So let's say, let's assume that, so in some classes we'll have a lot of records, right? So we can import it. So we can put the data in the CSV file and we can import it. Okay. And so generally, so developers will not do this, inserting the data and all. In some cases, yes, we create it, but in most of the times you will have, uh, like DB people will provide you the, the tables, and you can map it to here, and you can just, create the rules and get the data. Okay. So you may not involve directly with, creating the tables and all. But data classes, yes, sometimes we create it. And later, if you want to add more data, so business users can do that. So if it is in live, and now I want to add one more country and some states and cities, okay, and so they can enter the data themselves, and so you don't need to handle the coding part, that is already being handled, right? So now let's say, I will show you that. So I'm going to add one more country, right? That's it. Okay, now you will see one more, right? The similarly, so you need to again, but you need to enter that country related states and cities also. Okay. So that's it for today. So we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Satya.
Yeah.
Thank you.